Hey, Dad, that gold that you thought was your karma, Dad, name one good thing you've done that you think would result in you having good karma? Don't worry, I'll wait. And one good thing you've done that would result, you used to be in the rescue squad for a little bit. A, that was just what Paul had started, but you got out of that. And B, you only did it to look good. You did it to look good, your self-image. That's the only reason why you did it. God did the gold thing. There's no gold at the house. There's no gold. God did that. Satan originally did it, but God, see, something you also don't know, Dad, God is sovereign. So like God can make Satan do things to accomplish God's will, because my God is sovereign. Dad, you're a child of the devil, and you get mad because I call you a child of the devil. Well, what aspect makes you a child of God? Dean Lett, you claim that you're saved by Jesus Christ when in 1980-something, I think is what you said. Dad, tell me one thing about the Bible. You're like Donald Trump. When they asked Donald Trump his favorite Bible verse, he was like, he said some off-the-wall shit that wasn't even in the Bible. It's just some dumb shit. What's your favorite Bible verse, Dad? Do you even know a Bible verse, Dad? Do you even know a Bible verse, Dad? No, and the answer, and why you don't know one is A, because you're not a Christian. B, you're an evil man. And C, you're stupid. Even by the worldly standards, you're stupid. What makes you smart? You got a degree? Oh, well, you cheated to get your degree. You cheated to get your degree, Dad. Literally. I don't care if you admit that I was this or not. See, I've been telling the truth this entire time. But my dad, because he doesn't have the intestinal fortitude and the balls to admit to his wrongdoings in his life, tried to slander me, his son. It's one thing to slander a wife, you know. It's one thing. He slandered Mama too. Straight up slandered Mama too. Because he raped Mama. Dean Lett raped Tanya, listen. But he intentionally slandered me and started calling me crazy and all this, that, and the third. When I called him out, I wasn't crazy. I wasn't crazy and out to get him until I called him out for rape. And then immediately, as soon as I called him out for rape, he started saying I was out to get him and crazy. Okay? That's because Dean Lett is stupid. Because that's such a standard, like in Clay County Police Department. I hope you get in a lot of trouble because Mama reported the rape and you didn't do any investigation. You essentially said Dean Lett would never do that, and you took him at his word for, oh, she's crazy and out to get Clay County Police Department. Do you know that my mom is in, like, you know the amount of debt my mom's in to deal with the therapy? Clay County Police Department, do me a favor. Simply ask her therapist if her therapist believes she's been raped. Ask her therapist if her therapist believes she's genuinely been raped. Ask Dad, because Dad can keep it calm and he's got a silver tongue. Kind of. All he does is name call. What I'm doing to him right now, just blatantly calling him names, that's essentially what he does. But he makes himself look like the good guy, and whoever's opposing him look like the bad guy. And then Jacob stood up for Vicky. Jacob called me a liar. Jacob called me a liar and said, no such thing happened, because Jacob's kind of like Dad. He just made a blanket statement that's stupid, that indicates that any person who gives a half of a fuck would see through. Vicky slapped Jacob one time. Jacob pushed Ethan. It's just like a little brotherly, a push. And Vicky hauled off and straight up bitch slapped Jacob, and Jacob was about 11 years old. And Vicky straight up bitch slapped Jacob. So I got up in Vicky's face, and I was about 14, and Vicky made me cry because I stood up to Vicky for Vicky bitch slapping Jacob. And then Jacob lied on behalf of Vicky. My entire family was out to get me, but A, because I did what God told me to do. And then to further the fact, not only did I just do what God told me to do, I was just calling them out on the truth. Yet again, they lied, and this all kicked off when they lied to put me in jail. And all I asked for when they lied to put me in jail was an apology. And Jacob was very, very tough on the fact they didn't owe me an apology. But Jacob has been force-fed a lot of lies. Jacob was so sure that I was on that shit. That's what he called it. He said, you're on that shit. But Jacob's stupid because even when I took a 12-panel drug test, he was so sure I was still on that shit, even though I took a 12-panel drug test. That's just he don't know what a 12-panel drug test is. A 12-panel drug test is a drug test for 12 different drugs. I took this drug test on Instagram Live so that I would have no... Well, first, I executed wisdom. And this is just a sneak peek for what wisdom is, Dad. You wouldn't know wisdom if it hit you in the face, but you better figure it out. Because this shit, I told you I was plotting against you. Well, God was out to get you. He was right about that, but the reason why I was acting so crazy is because you lied and said I was crazy. So God said, we'll show you crazy. So what I did was I let y'all dig y'all's grave. I let y'all dig y'all's grave real deep by saying that I was on that shit. So I was going to prove y'all out to be liars. So I let y'all talk that shit and let you get in real nice and deep like. So that whenever I proved y'all wrong and be like, wow, what should have happened whenever I took the piss test is everybody should have been like, wow, Dean and Vicky and Jacob are lying on Nick. Because they saying that he was on drugs and he had the audacity to take a 12-panel drug test on Instagram Live showing his dick in front of God and everybody to prove that he wasn't doing drugs. Because Nick passed the 12-panel drug test. But instead of that happening, nobody gave it half of a motherfucker. They took Dad and Vicky and Jacob at their word because, see, the difference between me and them is I don't just act a certain type of way to get people's approval. Dad, Vicky, and Jacob all act a certain type of way to get people's approval. Vicky especially. Vicky's the worst, but really Dad and Vicky are. They act a certain type of way to get people's approval. And naturally, if you are, we call that scratching itching ears in the Christian church. They act a certain type of way to get people's approval so people will like them. And I don't do that, so naturally people believe them over me because I wasn't acting a certain type of way to get people to like me. But that's because I'm a real nigga. I keep it real. I stay true to who I am. Lett doesn't even know who she is because she pretends to be who everybody wants to be, so everybody will like her. And you can feel sorry for her, but that just means you're a piece of shit. Kind of like Alicia Lipham is. I mean, I just want to talk shit about Alicia Lipham because Alicia Lipham's a piece of shit too. Insert Alicia Lipham's a piece of shit. But Dad and Vicky, y'all want to talk shit about Mom being manipulative. Dad and Vicky, y'all want to talk shit about Mom being manipulative. I live with Mom. I lived most of my life thinking Mom was a manipulative person. Mom couldn't manipulate me if she wanted to. Mom didn't even want me to buy her groceries. I was living there. Mom didn't even want me to buy her groceries. Can you believe that? I go to y'all's house and y'all are millionaires and I got to do this, that, and the third, and I got it. The house got rules. But y'all gonna make Mom out to be a shitty person? When I go to y'all's house, you got to do this, that, and the third. By the way, they didn't. And by the way, why did you give Morgan and Riley so much more money than me and Jacob? Why did y'all treat Dad just didn't? And Riley wanted to play the victim. Riley had the audacity to play the victim because Dad just left Riley and Morgan alone. And the reason why Dad did that is because Riley was a whiny-ass little bitch. Because Riley's a whiny-ass little bitch. Anybody that knows Riley knows he's a whiny-ass little bitch. And when Dad used to get on to him, he used to go cry to his dad. So Dad was like, fuck that shit. I just don't leave it alone. Because Riley's a whiny-ass little bitch and went and cried to his dad. He went and cried to his dad like a whiny-ass little bitch because Riley's a whiny-ass little bitch. And, but Vicky was always Vicky and Dad both took their problems out on me and Jacob. And then, they drove Mom to being an alcoholic because all Mama wanted was a relationship with me and Jacob. And Dad and Vicky manipulated me and Jacob into thinking Mama was this terrible person. So, because we thought Mama was this terrible person, Mama became an alcoholic. Dad drove my Mama to be an alcoholic.